My name is Justin Robinson. I'm 32 years old. Born and raised in Brixton. Grew up in Brixton. You know, when I was young, it was all about just playing outside and having fun with your friends and just enjoying life, you know. It wasn't until I got a bit older you started to become aware of the things going on in your environment. Especially when your friends start joining gangs, you know, you start to really see what's going on. To have a place like Brixton Topcats was like the ultimate safe haven, you know. Joining Brixton Topcats was like a lifesaver for me, you know. I remember the first day when I came and I met Jimmy Rogers. He had a voice that was like, almost like speaking to your soul. If he told you to jump, you'd say how high, you know. He was the ultimate motivator. He instilled that belief in you that you didn't even know you had. He didn't really care about who was the most skilled or who was the best athlete, you know. As long as you worked hard and you pushed yourself, you know, Jimmy would show you that respect and he would give you a chance to play.
I first arrived when I was like 10 years old, and I weren't really used to it. I was kind of a loose child. I was very bad. I had behavioural problems and everything. And then when I got here, Jabbar and other coaches and Jimmy, I think they sat me down and told me I got a chance to go to America. They told me that I need to control my temper, and then from then on, I started to be quiet and listen and work hard.
I think he knew that society is tough. It's going to be tough on us, you know. Young black boys coming up in South London, you know. A lot of people aren't going to expect a lot from us. So he was tough on us, knowing that the world was going to be tough on us, you know. So when we went out into that world, into the classroom, into our universities, on the street, you know, we kind of held our head high and kind of kept ourselves to a certain standard, you know. A lot of us, it wasn't even about, oh, I shouldn't do this because of my mum or dad. I shouldn't do this because if Jimmy finds out.
Thou shalt not see in the house of Bach and the house of Brixton.
A lot of people, you know, they go to America and they, you know, maybe they get in trouble or they find it too hard or it just can't maintain themselves, you know, being away from home. Whereas Brixton players, I feel like we're trained and we're molded by Jimmy. You know, we're put through hardship on the court in training. So when we go there, you know, there's nothing that can defeat us, you know.
Inbound, a good one, 10 seconds left. Brings it up the court, hands it off to Cabo. Pulls for a fadeaway jumper. Short, Robinson with the rebound, 3 seconds left, and is fouled. He can ice this game right now with these 2 free throws if he makes both.
And Justin Robinson needs to perform under this pressure, which he's done all night very well.
Makes the first one. This is the biggie right here.
This is the difference between giving a Marist comeback a shot or not.
And he makes it. It's now 55-51 Ryder. And the last tee by Rusin is no good.
So this was 2011. I graduated from Rider University in New Jersey. The summer before my senior year, he kept saying, oh, I'm going to come to your graduation. So I just thought he's just talking, he's bluffing. So my mum, my sister, my dad, and my girlfriend, they came over for the graduation. So we're like in the hotel, and we see a yellow cab pull up, and there he is. He steps out with his top hat and his suit, and everyone's just like in shock, like, oh wow, like he actually kept his promise, and you know, he showed up. And you know, for me it meant a lot because he said, out of all the players he's ever had in 30 years, I'm the only one whose graduation he's attending. And that was like, oh wow, like it just kind of let me know what I meant to him, you know. I had been at his house the night before and you know, he was in bad shape, you know. So, you know, I kind of knew that it was coming, but when it actually happened, you know, it was just like, it was almost like, how do you go on? I mean, this is a man that for me, this is a man that saved my life, you know. So, yeah. I have a lot of great memories of Jimmy, you know, and you know, I'm just fortunate to have had him for so long, you know. A lot of kids in this area aren't fortunate to have someone like Jimmy in their life. It's hard to kind of put that into words, you know, his legacy. All we can do is just try our best to keep the club afloat, keep inspiring these kids, keeping those same values that Jimmy taught us, you know. Sometimes you might have to be hard on these kids, you know, because the world is hard. Hold people accountable, you know, be disciplined, work hard, you know, motivate people. In terms of his legacy, his influence was just, like I said, it was unmatched. You know, his legacy will never die, because as long as we're here, we're gonna keep his name alive. You know.
Most of the young people here will go on to whatever they will go on to. Some will go to play basketball, some will develop a business, some will go into the commerce world, some will go into whatever, run their own business, etc., etc., etc. And they will all find some aspect of that experience at Brixton which makes them fight that little bit harder and not give up, because they're going to meet obstacles.
Here's Robinson, who's been leading them, and he continues to do so. Another triple from Justin Robinson. He's 6th of the game, he has 29. Here's Robinson. Robinson fires up for the triple, and he's been a one-man splash brother.